gracious me!
What is going on, guys? CVM here. Welcome back to another video. I do this every now and again, and we've made a few, well, I think 3 significant signings, or 2 significant signings, one that is meant to be... Fucking start again. I don't know where I was last time with it, to be honest. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to another video. I'm really not sure where we left off with the sort of squad builder update, but basically this is my Road to Glory side, and I've made a huge purchase, the most expensive player in my team by far, well, that I've bought anyway. Don't have an awful lot of sellable players. I've got a lot of untradables. But I'm going to go through the team with you now, show you the gameplay from the most recent weekend league. Some decent goals in there. Not, you know, not sensational. A couple of cheesy goals, of course, you know, the crosses and first-time shots and stuff, but some well-worked goals. In goal, Alisson's now up to 143 games. Moving on very swiftly to Trent at right back. I actually had the team of the season Lala in there. But I thought he was the worst card, and I'm joking. He was tradable, so I sold him basically to fund the new purchase. But Trent does a very good job in there anyway. 15 assists in 131 games, not too bad considering he's on stay back while attacking. I believe one of the assists is actually, I don't know, it might be Lala that got the assist, but one of the goals from the right back assisting is in the game. I think it might in the clips. I think it might be Lala. Moving on to Van Dijk. This is one of the cards that is next in line to be upgraded. To be fair, I'm kind of at a point in my team now where there are only really 3 upgrades to be made, one of which is Van Dijk. I'm thinking the Road to the Final version of the card, purely because of the dynamic image and the fact that the Team of the Year and the Team of the Season are probably going to be too expensive for me to warrant buying. But moving swiftly on to Laurent Blanc, 200 games exactly. I was very tempted up until recently to switch him out for De Ligt, the Team of the Season version. But he would be off Chem. I don't really want to rejig the team to be on Chem. And he's just, this weekend league in particular, he was phenomenal. So I think I'm just going to keep Blanc. I like him. Nothing wrong with him. Let's keep hold of him. Now at left back, I don't think I've shown you this. So this is a new signing. This is the flashback Alexandro, 93 rated. It would have been rude not to do this guy. He wasn't exactly an expensive SBC. I can't quite remember how much it cost. It would have been nice if they'd put something in the profile here to show us what the SBC was or how expensive it was or something of that nature. But I had Alexandro for 500 games at the beginning of FIFA, and then we switched him out. Alex Telles came in for a bit. I think that was the last player you must have saw there, unless you watched the Road to Glory, in which case you know exactly what's coming. But Alexandro was slotted in. That means now Ronaldo comes back in, because I was playing another player instead of Ronaldo because the chem didn't quite work. Moving into the midfield, Steven Gerrard's Moments card is the next player to be changed. Van Dijk is the in line, and I think he could be after Gerrard, but we're going to be putting the prime, not the Moments, but the prime Patrick Vieira in here by Friday, hopefully. That timescale may or may not change depending on pack luck and whatever SBCs EA drop. If it's something spectacular that I can't pass over, then yeah, we'll see. But Gerrard could be dropping to the bench very, very soon. Moving into the next player, we've got a 93 flashback Roberto Firmino. I'm pretty sure you guys would have seen this if you had just been following the squad updates. If you haven't, then this is new to you. We do have this card. He could be a player that I switch out in time, but for right now, he is well cemented within the starting lineup. He does actually play as a striker, and I know that the return on him isn't great for a striker, but I don't score many goals with my strikers in general as a rule of thumb. So he's just more, because he's got high work rates, he tends to come into the midfield a lot and he helps me out. He's just one of those utility players. And the final centre mid is going to be Cristiano Ronaldo. As you can see, a decent return. It's not fantastic, to be fair, but then I'm not that fantastic at the game. So and a lot of those appearances have been substitute now, because he missed out last weekend and some of this weekend, and a little bit of the back end of last weekend as well. He didn't play. He didn't start. He came off the bench. He was being kept out of the team by a particular red that I may or may not have shown you, so we'll wait to do that because he is currently sat on the bench. Moving on, of course, we do have the Moments Socrates, 96 games, 26 goals, 26 assists. He does actually play as a cam, very effective. Body type is incredible. It would be insane if he had 5-star skills, but I think I've been over this before, so it is what it is. But I love that card. And then, of course, we have the centre forward team of the season moments, CASEIRO. I'm not sure if I've shown you this card, and a lot of people will question this as a choice. Oh, he's not as good as this card, he's not as good as that card. I kind of need him in there for chem at the moment more than anything else, but I find him to be phenomenal. I've used the normal, the 88 for a large period of time. You know, he was in there for a few hundred games. We had the League SBC version for about 100 or so games, and it was the natural process to go into the Team of the Season Moments card. High defensive work rate, really tall body frame, scores bangers as well, one of which will be in the clips in just a second. But the crown in this club, the player, the most expensive player in the team by far, you know that we've had Gareth Bale for a long time. We've upgraded. It is the FUT birthday Gareth Bale. Now, his record isn't great, and he's had a couple of games here or there that it wasn't him, it was me in general. I couldn't score against a couple of people toward the back end of Weekend League. So his return hasn't been sensational. But I'm happy with it. It's definitely an upgrade over the 88. You can feel the difference for sure. It helps with chemistry because now he's on 10 chem. The team looks like this. And onto the bench, before we look at everything and start talking about it, Ben Yedder is the guy. Again, not a sensational return. A lot of assists in there, but Ben Yedder is the guy that was keeping Ronaldo out of the team, and it was more for chemistry reasons than anything else. He linked with Kante. I could get a link into Bale with him as well. CASEIRO was playing where Ronaldo currently sits, and Ben Yedder was up in that top right position. Kante's had a few games for me. He hasn't played a tremendous amount, just a handful of games here or there. Packed in twice in the same day, if you can believe it. So I thought, I'll keep him and I'll try him out. Love Jordan Henderson off the bench, so obviously as a Liverpool fan, I'm going to keep him there as well. Same with Robertson and Divock Origi. Alex Telles is becoming surplus to requirements these days. Don't really get him on the pitch that often. And of course, the prime George Best is really good off the bench. Again, he doesn't get into the team, not because he's not good enough necessarily, but the way that I play doesn't necessarily call for that type of player. But off the bench, he's quite nice to have. So again, he'll remain there for a large or a long period of time, if not till the end of the game. His return, I mean, it's not fantastic, but again, as I say, these days it's just sub-appearances for George Best. But that's the team. A few significant changes in terms of Alexandro and, of course, the FUT birthday Gareth Bale. How does it perform in game? Very, very good. Now, this weekend, I only played till 11 wins because I entered on a whim, really. It was kind of like a spur of the moment, I've got to enter Weekend League. Without even thinking, I just entered. And as soon as I clicked it, I was like, why did I do that? Look at that ball from Lala. Great goal. It's a header, it's a cross, but the ball from Lala was insane, and that was the last game that he actually played for me before I actually sold him. But what a cross that was. I entered it and I was thinking, I've made a mistake here, but obviously it's too late, and I wanted automatic qualification. This CASEIRO's goal. Whoosh! You can't argue against that. If you've got a CDM who can do stuff like that, I mean, that's just incredible. But I wanted to enter into the ultimate team of the season week. Hopefully they include those in the picks. And the only way to do it was to get to 11 wins. So I just stopped at 11 wins, had a lot of games left. It would have been comfortable for me to cruise to Gold 2, Gold 1, and again, even contest Elite 3. I think, again, it probably would have gone down to the wire. Gameplay started to get a bit heavy toward the back end of the 11 games, to be fair. For the first 9 games, gameplay was perfect. I was knocking it around well, scoring different types of goals, trying different things, just confident in the way that I was playing. And unfortunately, after the 9th game, things got really, really heavy. I think I went 2-2 in the back end. And, it's easy for me to turn around and say, gameplay was bad, and that's why I lost my games. But one of them was definitely 50-50. If the gameplay was better, who knows what would have happened. The other game that I lost, the guy was he was better than me. But I've not been trounced with this team. I don't lose, 3, 4, 5-0. I don't concede that many goals. Well, that's a lie. I do. I conceded 5 against one guy, but I scored 4 myself. So it's not like I'm being left behind by these teams. I am competing. This side in question is very close to being done. Like I said, Steven Gerrard will be replaced by Patrick Vieira. He's not going into Vieira. He will remain on the bench. I'm a Liverpool fan. I'm not going to get rid of him. He's going to be replaced by Vieira. We're going to see how that goes. Van Dijk will potentially be upgraded to the road to the final Van Dijk whenever I get round to freeing up the coins for that, essentially. And that's pretty much it. I'm thinking maybe Cruyff will replace Firmino if there's nothing else to do and EA don't really do anything through the summer. I may as well work towards Johan Cruyff, because he is arguably, if not the best player in the game, in my opinion. That Moments Cruyff card is ridiculous. But we'll see where we end up with that. But this team has cost me a grand total of nothing. I have put 0 FIFA points into this account. I've grinded everything through rewards and through the League SBC method. That's Gareth Bale on the ball right there into Firmino, and you just can't get the ball off him. And I'm very happy with the results here. Like I said, we are kind of approaching, not the end of the road to glory necessarily, but the end of the upgrades in the team. From there on, after we put Vieira in, and maybe after we get Cruyff or something, we'll probably look towards just building some fun squads. But this team, I love it. Absolutely sensational. If you could change one player in the entire team and get chemistry, who would it be and why? Let me know in the comments. And also, if you want to post links down there of your teams, then feel free to do so. Hit that like button if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And until the next time, goodbye.